Ooh, nice. Okay, good morning. We are here again in Hawaii. We'll be here again. We'll be here for a little bit. We have some family things that we're attending to. Okay, but we are staying with Mom. Mom makes oatmeal literally every single day of her life. Like, I want to say 300 and maybe 60 days. Maybe there's a few days off. Is that, would you say that's pretty correct?
No, maybe 350.
Okay, 350 days she makes oatmeal in the morning.
On trips, we don't.
Okay, all the days that she's traveling, she doesn't. But or actually, but you probably eat oatmeal at the free hotels. I mean, at the free breakfasts. No.
There's no free breakfast. We haven't had it.
Oh, she doesn't stay at the hotels with the free breakfast. Okay.
Okay, my recipe is steel cut oats, and near the end of my, and I boil it for 30, cook it for 30 minutes. I time it. 12 minutes left. Yes. And then I add cranberries and flax. And then we have our toppings. So toppings are normally some kind of fruit. And yesterday it was apples and blueberries with the cranberries and walnuts. And sometimes it's strawberries. And we often have blueberries though.
Why do you choose to eat oatmeal every single day?
To help with your cholesterol. It's great. It's a great source of fiber. Has a little bit of protein.
For our toppings, she always buys like some kind of nut, like a walnut, and then she chops it smaller. She keeps this in the fridge. And she also puts the flax inside. This is from Bob's. Sometimes we get the Trader Joe's ones.
Yes, and we use
Bob's Red Mill Steel Cut Oats.
organic. And of course, here's my cranberries.
Okay.
I just put in my cranberries. They're dried, and so we want them to be nice and fluffy when we eat them.
So the timer went off, 30 minutes. Oatmeal is done. Flax goes in. And what does flax do for your health, Mom?
It has a lot of bioactive. It's like oatmeal. They both have great bioactive. It's also got some protein. It's really good for your gut microbiome. So, yeah.
Okay. Oh, that is a lot of flax.
Yes. And I added in last because, you know, flax is kind of like chia seeds. It creates more like a...
Gelatinous.
Yeah, like a gelatin.
So Mom has some apples and some nuts. And she also puts frozen blueberries on the oatmeal as well. How's your oatmeal? Good? You like it? Yeah? Cammy already had egg and rice. And not really into the papaya, but loves the oatmeal.
A cup of water still must.
My grandma Tyra passed away probably now
2014.
so 12 years ago, but she passed away in January and of that year. But I was thinking, since it's the last day of January when we're filming this, it would be really nice for us to honor her by making her andagi recipe. And I already have a video of her andagi recipe, so I will link that in the description box. I'm making this too for my children because I feel like I want them to know this recipe, know Grandma Tyra a little bit through her cooking. And to me, this is a good way to honor her and to remember her. What we're using today is we're using egg, sugar, vanilla, sour cream. This is like her secret ingredient, is like sour cream. So we only need 2 ounces of this. This is 8 ounces. So I figure we can eyeball it.
Yes.
And we're also using some flour, baking powder, and salt, and some chocolate chips for the middle. Okay, so this is 4 eggs, sugar.
You measured it all up?
Yes, I already measured it. Some vanilla. Grandma used to say, if you watch my other video, Grandma would say that you have to mix everything one way. Do you think that matters, or is that more of a superstition?
I don't know.
And then while we do this, we're gonna mix together the dry flour here, baking powder. Pretty simple recipe, you know, like realize we don't have a lot of vegetable oil, and I think that's what she mainly used when she cooked her andagi. But today we're gonna be doing vegetable and olive oil. Never done it before. Whatever we have. Remember the plantation mindset. Whatever we have. So we're gonna do that, and we hope that it turns out okay. I'm just worried that it's gonna change the flavor of the andagi, and it might, but we didn't have time to go to the store. So, okay. So Mom, are you enjoying having us home again?
Of course.
So we,
it's a little busier. It's good.
It's a little bit busier, but you get to be with your grandchildren that you don't get to see.
Cammy loves me.
Wow. But yes, we're home for a little bit again, end of January. A trip we did not plan, but you know, sometimes things happen and you have to be here for family, so that's why we're here. But the silver lining is we get to be with our parents, and we get to have them spend time with the grandchildren. And Ellie gets to play, Ellie and Cammy get to play with all their cousins. Oh, this looks like it needs more. Oh no, maybe this is good. It's very sticky. That's how it's supposed to be, right? Sticky. So this is what the batter looks like. And we're just going round and round. So the other thing that made Grandma's andagi really special, and I know I already mentioned it in the ingredients, but is the chocolate chips. Because how many of you have bought andagi that had chocolate? Not a lot. Like, you know, when you buy it from like the catering companies, I don't think they ever put chocolate in them, but Grandma used to put chocolate, and it was really, really good. And sometimes cinnamon sugar on the outside, also really good. So I think it's ready. So we're just gonna get some batter.
Richard, when if Cammy cries, can you come and get her?
Our hands are gonna be sticky.
You want a spoon for the chocolate chips?
I think we just grab it with our hands because we're gonna get all sticky. Putting it in, and then you cover it, Mom.
Cover?
I guess I am more master than you in this,
right? Because I've never done it. You're the lead here. Go ahead, go for it.
Cover it, and then you like put it to your corner. I mean, you put it to like here, and then you drop it.
Good job.
And then at some point. Yeah, we're making andagi.
Turn the heat up a little.
Huh?
It wasn't hot enough.
I turned it up a little bit more. My andagis came out pretty good, I think, for still feeling like not that experienced at it. I think they came out pretty good. Some of them have some tails, you know, but it's okay. Okay, Let's try
Cheers.
it. Mmm.
The outside is crispy.
Mm-hmm. It's how I remember. Okay, Cammy's gonna try it with us. Okay, Cammy, want some?
Lots
Andagi?
of chocolate.
Wait. Your first andagi. Chocolate in the middle. How
Lots of chocolate.
Yeah. So good. So I guess putting the olive oil and the vegetable oil together was okay. Yeah. I think it's just having the right temperature of heat that you have to fry it at. Oh, Cammy likes it. Say good. Hey, how is the andagi, guys? Good.
So it has chocolate.
It does. Auntie Carrie and Grandma Gail put chocolate in all of them. You like it? Yeah. You know who this is? Your great grandma's andagi recipe. You guys know that? You know that? Yeah. How do you make rice on the stove?
Okay, so I'm making brown rice. So for every 1 cup, the ratio is 1 cup of brown rice to 2 cups of water. You use the same cup, measuring cup. And then you wash it really good, right? And then you drain it well, and then you put it back in the pot, and you put your rice back in, your washed rice, and then you put, like I put 3 cups of dry rice, right? I washed it. Then I put 6 cups of water, filtered water, and then you bring it to a boil for 2 minutes. So that's all done. I've had it on my thing. Okay, now I'm going to turn it down to low.
Okay.
Now I'm going to turn it down to like simmer, and I'm going to simmer it for 45 minutes. Yeah. Is my rice really good?
Delicious.
Okay, well I'll just tell you. I got the recipe from the rice bag. I forget what was the brand. I think it was Hinode, maybe.
Okay.
Hinode or the Calrose. I'm not sure.
High node.
Yeah, whatever.